Welcome back to Tales of Symphonia.
I see it now.
See what now?
I see where you're at.
Yeah, I did some off-screen grinding and got Sheena. I rearranged Sheena's text, so now she has the absolute versions of her arts instead of the opinion arts.
Alright, let's see how you fuck this up.
So we're gonna go fight Kuchinawa, because that asshole has it coming.
Alright, let's see how you fuck this up.
I don't like this fight. It's frustrating. Not because, well, partially because, one, I'll openly admit I don't normally use Sheena that much. Not that I don't like her, it's that I don't tend to use her.
Why don't you explain
as my
the reason
main
why? Why don't you explain to us the reason why you don't use her? It's a very curious story.
Well, I have nothing against Sheena's playstyle. It's a playstyle that I can do. I'm more used to using characters like Lloyd, like the main character.
I was more referring to your college friend story.
Oh, that, yeah. Well, I played this game with a bunch of my roommates in college like 6 times because we loved this game and we just played the crap out of it. And he just had, he had this one setup where he just used the same 4 characters the entire time and just didn't give a shit about the rest of the cast. So he had Lloyd, Genus, Rain, and one other character, because his way of going is like, I'm going to be Lloyd. We need Rain for healing. Genus has magic, and that leaves room for one other character. That means 9 times out of 10, we would have Colette, Persea, and Sheena benched because he just refused to use them. That means every time we went into a fight with one of the seal bosses in the beginning of the game, someone was forced to use a low-level Colette because everyone's level 12 and Colette's level 7 because nobody's using her, and she just instantly dies. Meaning, 3 of the 4 people playing the game are stuck fighting a boss while one person is just dead watching them fight him. This happened every time we did a seal boss. This happened every time we did a summon boss with Sheena because nobody was using Sheena, so she just dropped dead every time we got into a boss fight with her, because my roommate is a fucking idiot.
This has been story time with Saya Goku.
And to be honest, I don't even remember if we did the fight with Kuchinawa specifically because of how little he used Sheena. I don't even think he did the fight with Kuchinawa. I think he just flat out skipped it because he looked it up and went, oh, I have to use Sheena? Well, fuck that. I'm just not going to do it.
Probably not.
Like an idiot.
That's a really dumb way of playing this game, honestly. I'm not going to lie to you.
That or he did it and he lost and just said, fuck it, I don't care because it doesn't matter. To his credit on that, I will admit on one thing, you don't have to win the fight with Kuchinawa. It doesn't really change anything. Like, the only thing it changes is that Sheena doesn't get her second best weapon. Technically third best if you count the weapon she gets from the arena.
Or the sex of money.
No, that's the joke weapons from...
Hey, it works.
From Lewin.
It works, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. And I have those, by the way, because I went out of my way to rebuild Lewin for this point.
I know.
Also, so the way this fight's gonna go is you're only using Sheena. The big problem with this fight, though, is you're unable to use items when you're fighting Kuchinawa. This doesn't affect you having your main equipment, which is why you see that I have this seals equipped that lets you slowly regain health over time, which is the only actual way you can heal, which is one of 2 ways you can heal in this fight. The other way is summoning Undine, because Undine is the only summon that can actually heal you.
Well, in this fight, you don't really... If you're good enough in this fight, you don't really need to heal.
It's weird, though, because I don't think they ever explain that Undine actually can heal you when you summon her.
I don't think they do.
She does, and I don't know how much she heals. I don't know if it's like healing circle in terms of recovery, or if it's just like a everyone on your party gets like 500 HP or something. I've never actually noticed that Undine heals you.
I think it's just like a default number.
Maybe.
Point is, you're not gonna be using Undine in this fight. You need as much damage as possible.
Yeah. And to be fair, I don't think I've ever summoned Undine. Like, maybe once. Like, maybe Sheena summoned her on her own.
There's like
and I didn't even notice.
Undine doesn't really do anything special. She just casts full screen spread.
I will also mention that you can do this fight anytime that you want. You don't have to do this right now. I just want to get it out of the way so I don't have to worry about it later.
Coward.
You can wait until the very end of the game, in which by then you'll have all the summon spirits, and then you can just nuke Kuchinawa with like.
Honestly, I think that's exactly what they expect you to do.
Like, you come in here with Origin, and you just nuke him to death.
You totally can do that. It's hilarious.
There's also different. I don't know if it's in this version or if they added it in the PS2 version, but there is a skill that Sheena gets that lets her get over limit faster. And it's really useful if you want to use.
When you hear that quote, that means you're actually over leveled for this boss fight.
Yeah. So, the best strategy I can give for this is block all of his attacks and then do a 3-hit combo, and then I'm using Serpent Seal Absolute because
you have add combo. You can actually hit 4 times.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I get the right attack.
I think you actually forget.
The reason I'm using the Absolute versions is because it actually lowers
it's
enemy
a
stats.
debuff. You can use that.
And it makes fighting Kuchinawa a million times easier if you just lower his accuracy and defense, because then he goes from doing 600 damage to you to like 400, and you can just do what I did and just push him in a corner and beat the shit out of him.
Get him on the ground so we can butt stop him.
Before I figured out that strategy, I was using the Pinion versions, which will beat him faster, yes, but if he can block them, it doesn't matter, because I'm doing half the damage and he's due to him blocking him. That was the problem I was having, was he was blocking my attacks and then hitting me with a 3-hit combo at the end of my combo, which was screwing me over.
Sounds like somebody didn't grind enough.
I was the exact same level in that version that I was here. Just using the complete opposite arts.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's right.
Take what you will on that.
Yeah. I killed him via summon.
Every boss fight,
it's just that easier.
Everyone that fights Kuchinawa has the same thing. It's like, basically all you gotta do is brute force him and hope that you kill him before he kills you. There's really no other good way to explain this fight.
I used Volt when I killed him, and it sped up the process very quickly, because he went down like barely any. He went down without much effort afterwards.
Yeah, Kuchinawa only has 10,000 HP, and pretty much every summon at this point can do like 3,000 or 4,000 to him. Pretty much any summon will instantly cut his HP in half.
Yeah, I think Volt did like 5.
Again, there's no real consequence for losing, other than you make Sheena really minorly depressed because Kuchinawa ends up shattering Kurin's bell like a dick.
Who wants that?
And you miss out on her second best weapon, like I said, but that's really negligible at this point.
Even if you didn't, that scene. That's a monster scene. Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, it's very evil.
Nobody wants to see that.
I also should stress you don't need to have bought the money bag before you fight Kuchinawa. It just makes fighting him a lot easier.
Yes. Someday, when I'm able to think non-conservatively, I'll forgive you. And by that, he means never.
Someday, when I can finally realize that you were 5 and didn't know what the hell you were doing. And I also was like 6 and didn't know what the hell I was doing.
maybe then I won't believe in gay frogs.
They never explained. I wonder if was Kuchinawa supposedly there when the summon happened, or did he just hear about it and that's why he's pissed off?
I think it's suggested that he just heard about it. He wasn't actually there.
Because they did say that his parents died because Sheena messed up. But he also doesn't seem to and he also mentions too, like, not just his family, but he also did say that pretty much all of Mizuho, nobody trusts them anymore because you fucked up all those years ago. And that's not true. People were already going to be skeptical about you because you're a ninja village that doesn't really associate with anyone else in Tetheala.
You're the CIA of the world. What do you think's going to happen?
Anyway, there is more we can do after you do the fight with Kuchinawa, but you can't do it yet.
Well, in Mizuho specifically, not in here.
Yeah. There's another... You can get a costume for Sheena if you manage to... But you can only get if you won the fight with Kuchinawa.
Yeah, it doesn't...
So I can do that, it's not available right now, which was freaking me out because I thought I screwed something up. Until I looked up, oh wait, I can't get it yet. You can't get it until a specific scene that I haven't done yet.
Yeah, you have to actually wait till endgame to get that one.
At least it's not end game where you have to get to the final boss door and then turn around and go back and get it. No, that's the other six final things you can get. I still hate that trope in this franchise. They do that in every game. Like, hey, you're at the end of the game, literally a step away from the final boss. Go off and do a bunch of side quests.
Zelda's just as guilty.
Every RPG is guilty of this. Every Final Fantasy from Final Fantasy VII onward does that, and it's obnoxious. It doesn't make it any less annoying when it's in a franchise that I like.
Sephiroth's just waiting at the center of Meteor. What's taking them so long?
I know, that's the best thing too. It's like, Meteor's going to destroy the world in 3 days. Is that 3 days real time? Yes, but time doesn't transfer until we go fight Sephiroth and Meteor. It's like we have to actually go to the crater for that to happen.
No. It's like Meteor's gonna hit the Earth in 3 days, but to get that chocobo, I need 4 days.
I need that golden chocobo, and then I can get another god that Sephiroth doesn't know about. I can get the entirety of King Arthur's court. Holy fuck!
Unless you're paying the modded version, in which case that materia fucks you over.
Yeah, well, the modded version apparently does that for everything because they just don't want you to cheese it like you can do in the regular game.
Yeah, I think all the summons actually do adjust your stats when you equip them.
It's like, oh, you got Knights of the Round? You got Bahamut Zero? Well, fuck you.
Oh, you got Knights of the Round? Welcome to level 1 stats.
Hope you'll enjoy this 10 minutes of doing 1 damage to everything.
Literal bragging rights. Oh, there's this one.
So anyway, the reason we're back here is there's a small side quest we can do with Zelos.
Yes, sir, bud.
Because apparently while we were gone, Princess Hilda got kidnapped, because of course she did.
I think one of my original jokes for Sir Bud was going to be Sir Budweiser.
Or Bud Light.
No, that would imply he's wearing white clothes.
No, you can call Zelos Sir Bud, and Lloyd is Bud Light.
What would I be?
You're one of his honeys, apparently, even though you're from another world.
I don't taste like honey.
You're also 16, and he's 18. He should probably be arrested for hitting on you.
And Zelos would be like, hey, she's 18 somewhere.
Actually, I think Zelos is technically 17, but still.
Zelos would be like, hey, she's 18 somewhere.
God damn it.
Actually, I think it's suggested she's like... No, never mind. I'm thinking of someone else. Never mind.
No, Colette is definitely 16. I don't think they ever mention how old Zelos is. But it's implied that he's at least like 17 or 18.
Anyway, here's King Jesus.
Yeah, so we're in here basically talking shit about the church because, yeah, they fucked up.
King's like, eh.
And even the king's just like, yeah, I know we've been kind of dicks to you, but can you please save the princess? We kind of need her.
I like how the king's like, yeah, my bad.
It's more like the king knew about it, but he was kind of being slowly poisoned to death, so he couldn't do anything about it.
Or didn't realize who it was that actually saved him.
Yeah, that too. I don't know if he already knew he was being slowly poisoned and just didn't know who was doing it. So they made him think it was Zelos that was doing it, which would have been fucking stupid, by the way. Yeah, I think that's going to backfire on us, dude. See, even Rain's just like, yeah, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work, we're going to do it anyway.
Like, fuck it, Hilda will be fine. We'll be there for her. What if she dies? What if she dies?
Yes, Cat. Yes, Lionel, I agree. It's that this plan is total bull.
So yeah, there's a lot. In terms of what I said earlier about Kuchinawa, all these side quests can be done at any time.
Yes, they can.
I think there's a couple side quests that have a cutoff point at soon. Like by this point, if you haven't fought the second Sword Dancer, that chance is long gone now. You have to do that before Disc 2, I think. Or maybe that was the first one, I'm not sure.
No, the first one cuts off before you... The cutoff point for the first one is, like, before you even get to Tethiala.
That's right, that's right.
The second...
But I'm trying to remember the cutoff for the second one.
I can't remember the cutoff point for the second one.
The second one might be before Disc 2 starts. I could be wrong about that.
I honestly can't remember the cutoff point for the second one.
I don't either. But if you've done it the way I did and you've beaten the second Sword Dancer, you don't have to worry, because the third Sword Dancer, you can go fight him right now. I don't recommend doing it, because he'll probably murder you.
He'll erase you from existence.
But you can fight him anytime you want. There's no cutoff for him.
You're not the princess. This is a wig.
It's a very impressive wig.
Why is it full of seaweed?
Oh, you can't be the princess. You're too fat. Damn, Zelos.
Body shamer.
That's kind of what he said.
True. Shit!
He's not being mean. He's not being mean to
I like
Kate.
the Palponites like, shit.
Also, Kate, I'm impressed. When did you learn ninjutsu while you were imprisoned?
I don't think that's ninjutsu. I think that's just... I think that... I want to say that was... that's just how people change clothes.
Fair enough.
Like, you just go into a puff of smoke. Now you're a different person.
Oh yeah, and this is also something.
I'm sorry, but I like this scene. It's like the camera focuses on Lloyd and Zelos, then just turns to the right, and Regal's there, and it's like Regal's like, and I'm here too.
It's like I'm sort of royalty too, right?
I can buy out your kingdom if I really felt like it.
I literally own the only company in existence.
I own the only amusement park in the world.
I literally own every shop in both worlds because I'm the only CEO of one company that nobody seems to know exists.
I'm the only person that minds shit.
That does make me question a few things. Like, if Lezareno is literally the only company on the entire planet, then how the hell was Silverant getting stuff from them if they, aren't technically part of them at this point?
I think it suggested that the Crucius gang was bringing them over.
That or Lezareno just has a whole bunch of sub-areas in both parts of the world.
Like I said, I think it suggested that Crucius was bringing stuff over while they were disguised as designs.
Right. Oh, there is one... On the subject of town names, there is one Fantasia reference that I forgot to mention. The planet that Fantasia takes place on is actually called Azalea.
Lame.
I don't know. I don't remember if Fantasia actually mentions that, or maybe that's just like a wiki thing. But that's where they got the name Azalea for the first town in this game.
What, does the world just become Pangea? They just like, screw it. We'll just call the whole planet named after a freaking town. Why not?
Or maybe Fantasia's also like thousands of years after this game, so they probably forgot that the planet's name was Azalea at that point.
Or maybe that's what they call.
Again, the game never references this; it's just from the wikis.
Sure. Maybe that's just what they call the new. Maybe I would mention this, but it's an in-game spoiler, so I can't get to it.
I'm just speaking of stuff that I've read off of wikis. I haven't played Fantasia in like forever.
You went the wrong way.
Yeah, I always forget which side of the forest this is on. Like, you have to go to Gaurachia Forest to save Hilda, and I don't remember. I always forget which part of the forest it's at.
I'll give you an idea. It's always on the Mizuo end. Actually, that's how I did it.
Oh, okay. See, that's what I think happened. Is I flew over to the side that I assumed it was on. I might have just landed on the wrong side of the forest.
You did.
You can still get there from any side you enter. Yeah. It's just one way takes longer.
It's on the Mizuo side.
Okay, so I just landed on the wrong spot, and that's why I'm looking it up right now. It doesn't take that long, otherwise I would have cut this out by now. It's more just like I wanted to make sure, because like I'm right smack in the middle of the forest right now, and like if I have to go all the way out, fly around it, and go in from the other side, then I'm just cutting. But I think I can get there from here. That's why I'm looking at That's why I'm looking at maps to see if I'm going the right way.
Also, look, you're already doing something different. You're actually using Persea for once.
Yeah.
I never did that.
Yeah, I am. It's the first time in this entire playthrough that I put Persea in my party.
I now know what death feels like. Death's cold embrace.
Oh, and apparently I missed a treasure box over here. I thought I got this the last time, but I don't have the...
I don't have the
sorcerer's ring power, and I don't feel like going back and getting it right now.
Yeah.
Wastes too much time.
I mean, you could later, but screw it.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything too special. It's probably like a piece of armor that might have been helpful 10 parts ago that's kind of worthless now.
Hey, the devil's arm. Hey, somebody took it.
Yeah, I got that a while ago. I don't know why it's just sitting there.
I want to imagine Lloyd finds it. He's like, hey, the devil's arm. Somebody took it. We have it. Oh.
Yeah, and by somebody, I mean you. Like, oh, right.
And then Gene just face palms. Oh my god.
There we go. I knew I was going the right way. I had to find where the save point was. You go back to the spot where you fought Regal the first time.
Yeah, the Mizuo side, like I said.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I like the dialogue saying he's like, "How did you know where we were?" And like, it reminds me of the one Family Guy skit that had the what was it? The Legion of Doom scene, where it's like, "How did she discover our plan?" We, Solomon Grundy, kind of dropped the ball on that one.
I forgot Solomon Grundy was part of the Legion of Doom.
For some reason.
Because they need one super strong guy that's only purpose is being the strong guy.
I think we only remember one Legion of Doom scene, and that was the Cartoon Network advert.
If you remember watching the original Super Friends, they were on there all the time.
I meant the Cartoon Network advert where Brainiac bitches about not having pants.
I just want some pants.
John McGrundy want pants too.
What do you mean? Brainiac, you can play mind games. Scarecrow, you're made of straw. What more do you want?
How about utility belt? Batman and Robin have them. Bomber Grundy won't want to.
God damn.
It's like, what the hell would Solomon Grundy do with a utility belt?
And I think the Super Friends version is also why no one takes Scarecrow seriously, because he literally sucked in that show. His supervillain power was literally being a Scarecrow. He had no, there was no concept of fear toxin at that point because it was made for kids, so they couldn't make him too dark. So he was literally just a talking Scarecrow. Even the animated series version had more personality than that one.
Looks at Aquaman, who could only talk to fish.
Yet he still ends up saving the day because they're always nearby some water where a shark can come and save them.
Go, Jaws!
It's usually a shark.
He just throws Jaws at him.
So we completely talked over that because it's literally just a normal enemy fight with the same guys that we fought back in Tethyala back when we first got here.
They're like slightly stronger, but at this point you really there's really no threat at all.
And you get a new title for Zelos if you care about that sort of thing.
Whoop-de-doo!
And the fact that Lloyd's just like, God damn it, I'm the one that did most of the work.
You're second.
And I literally, I'm literally the one you asked. Yeah, now you know how it feels. Like, Colette, not now.
Stop being a suck up to royalty. Where'd you learn that language? He did. Oh, for God's sake. What if I told you about... No. It's like, Zealous, what if I told you about using that kind of language around her? If the eyes.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I didn't use it around you. Get slapped.
I meant her, you idiot! I'm just imagining Zealous being part of the Three Stooges at this point.
Also, where the heck is Sheena?
Miso is still banned from Meltokyo, remember?
That's right. So what, is she just sitting outside of Meltokyo, like, waiting for you? It's like, God damn it.
Playing solitaire.
When Igaguri told me to be an emissary for Mizuho, I don't think this is what he meant.
She's just outside on her phone playing solitaire.
She's a ninja. Would she even know what a phone is?
They know about secret bases all over the world. Why would they not know what a smartphone is?
This is 2000. This is 2001. I don't think smartphones were created yet.
Screw it.
Cell phones were, but
screw it.
Not like Lloyd would know what the concept of a phone is.
He still have a flip. Lloyd would be that guy that still has a flip phone when they're out of style.
Lloyd wouldn't even know what a phone is.
No, Lloyd would be that guy who has a flip phone when they're out of style.
So anyway,
he's like, I got a phone. I have a phone. Gets out a toy phone. Like, that's a toy phone. No, it's an actual phone. It works. See, I can call Mr. Potato Head.
Anyway, that's it for most of the side quests that we can do in Meltokyo. Really, the only thing left to do in Meltokyo is the Coliseum, and I'm not doing that right now because I am nowhere ready for that.
My sister will kick her ass.
I mean, I can probably do the solo fight with Lloyd, and that's about it. Maybe do it with Zelos.
I'm sorry, I lost myself there.
I don't know if you do fight Celis in the Coliseum as an optional boss, but I don't know if she shows up yet or not. I think that's not until a bit later.
It might be later, actually.
I think you have to at least have gotten to the final dungeon for that to happen. See, a lot of stuff happens when you unlock the final dungeon. That again. I'm sorry, but it's true.
The funny part about that is she actually has a quote for every single character that gets there too.
Yeah, and it's also different depending on who's in your party at that time. But we'll get to that a little bit later.
I'm saying she has a quote for every single person in that for that fight. For everyone, even Kratos.
Right.
But more on that later.
Okay, well, yeah. We got a few more side quests we can do. They don't take that long. So, we'll see you guys for that in the next part.
Scruffy like me, and I don't care.